Yeah, Chris. No, Chris. I'm going to do harmony. Yeah, go.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, it's a Christmas clown. Oh no, it's a Christmas clown. Christmas is that time of year where everybody wants to spread some cheer, but you don't like clowns, so you try to smile and you're cringing deep inside. Oh no, it's a Christmas clown. Oh no, it's a Christmas clown. You
You are a nose freak.
Oh, you go into your happy place.
Happy place.
Until that clown gets out of your face and you curl into a ball and you try to think of how the clown has ruined your day.
Ruined my day.
Merry Christmas from a sponge-nosed freak.
Welcome to Uncle Weepy's Depression Dungeon, the least helpful self-help podcast. Here are your hosts, Paul Armstrong and Jeremy Fuchsa.
Have you ever listened to a podcast where they clearly got their singing off?
How do you mean?
It's horrifying.
Oh, yeah.
How do you mean?
Unless you do it on purpose and make it really...
How do you mean?
Yeah, it's kind of really bad. Sometimes I feel like our episodes have been that way just a little bit, but, you know.
How do you mean?
The sync has been off in places. It floats in and out.
Maybe it's because we're on different time zones.
Maybe that's it. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, can't you just do a little editing?
Maybe because our internets are different speeds, like narrow urethras.
I think I'm living on slower time right now. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like 0.5 seconds.
On Dan Harmon time.
Yeah. Harmon time.
Narrow urethras.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, Bobby.
Oh.
Okay. How was your Christmas?
Oh, Lord. Okay, it's going to be one of those, isn't it?
Which one of those? There's so many of those.
How was everyone's holiday?
Yeah, there's so many of those. One of those. How was everyone's holiday?
Paul, let's start with you since you don't
fun.
work.
Since I don't work. Your holiday had to clearly be worse since, no job. No. It was fine.
Now, were you wearing a robe all day?
No, just PJs all day.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
And a little hat.
The hat fit great.
The hat was very, very...
Why were you so grumpy in your picture?
Every year, my wife's mom, my mother-in-law, knits everyone scarves and hats every year. So that's like, we have like 20 times 4. We have like 50 hats and scarves.
That's not 20 times 4.
Sure. So it's just, and the hat is always huge. Like whoever was on Fat Albert that wore the hat over it.
Mushmouth. Baby.
It's, and I feel bad because I never wear, I wouldn't wear that kind of hat anyway. I just don't wear hats that much, at least not to work. And
well, you don't go to work.
Right. I don't have a job. So why would I wear a hat in my home? Hey, I'm going to go downstairs with this hat. I got to get bundled up. It's so cold between the...
You don't go outside
I never leave the house.
Only to go to work.
To work, which is I go outside and knock on the front door and come back in.
My 10-year-old has gotten to the point where he's wearing a hat like that like 16 hours out of the day. It's just become like his thing.
I've known plenty of people that wear knit hats a lot. I'm just not one of them.
Even in the summer.
And it was just, I also wanted to make a stupid face because I like making stupid faces.
Do you get a gray hat every year, or does you at least get a different color?
No, it's different. That was actually my son's. I got a purple.
Oh, what the hell? Put it on and take a picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
It used to be, thankfully, she used to make my wife sweaters, but they were always not quite fitting right. They were really wide.
One arm would be longer than the other.
In the shoulder, so she looked like it was 80s style shoulder pads.
Oh, nice.
And my wife was like, Mom, you don't have to keep making these. They don't always fit so great. Like, she didn't know how to say it. Her mom doesn't take criticism well. Yeah. Like, they've had their issues where, my wife, when she was growing up, my wife would ask for certain things and she would never get any of them. her mom would just get her what she thought she should get her. It sounds like your mom was kind of the same way, Jeremy. It was just, like, I heard what you wanted, and I'm going to get you what I want to get you. And that's still the way it goes. Like, we just get knit hats and scarves. Do we want them? We have 100 of them, so I'm not sure we need more, but...
Thought you had 50.
Yeah, well...
You need to get your story straight.
See, when one hat loves another scarf, Joy, they lie together in a closet for 6 months.
Especially...
Yes, I feel like there's a song coming for that one. Oh, my God.
I love your little songs.
Yeah, so let's talk about that clown song. First, can you sing it, please?
Let's see.
For the listeners?
I'm going to try. So here's the problem with these songs, okay?
There are no problems with
So these songs work like this. Words come out of my mouth. My brain, it doesn't work. It's still waking up for the morning, and it's just kind of, chemicals are spitting and things. And I haven't had any medicine yet. And so words come out, and I'm fixing breakfast, and things go together and they rhyme, and I'm not really consciously thinking of anything. And then something starts to percolate. So then I consciously start to think of it, and then I string it together.
But you were in a car with your family. You couldn't have just gotten up.
Right, because I had been thinking of that particular one. I had been thinking of for about 45 minutes before I had a chance to. And it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, this is a good one. I can't forget it. So I start repeating it in my head over and over so I don't forget it. And sometimes I get some, copy editing going on in my head, and I'm gonna try.
Can you just sing it?
What I'm getting at is that I don't necessarily ever remember them. They're kind of like
they're just stream of consciousness.
Yeah, they're a single use song.
Well, and in this video, like, your whole family nailed it.
Oh yeah. I they didn't even know what was coming. I said, everybody just look horrified, and we went. So yes. So.
Your sons looked very excited. All right, here we go.
Oh, no, it's a Christmas clown. Oh, no, it's a Christmas clown. Christmas is the time of year where everybody wants to spread some cheer, but you don't like clowns, so you try to smile, but you're cringing deep inside. Oh, no, it's a Christmas clown. Oh, no, it's a Christmas clown. So you go into your happy place until that clown gets out of your face, and you think of, you curl into a ball and think of how that clown ruined your day. Merry Christmas from a sponge-nosed freak. There you go. Yeah. Oh, I've got a couple in the chamber that are coming out later in the week that I've
so good.
Yeah. So
kids these days.
All right, so what else about your holiday? Where were y'all going?
We were going to Iowa for the day.
I don't think anyone's ever said that.
Yeah, no. That's the first time anybody's ever gone to Iowa for the day.
No one goes for a day.
Robin has family there. It's it's really interesting. This is the first time that I can truly say, you know what, I had a pretty awesome time.
Nice.
For the most part, her family doesn't really. I mean, they're nice to me, but they don't really speak to me much. We don't really have a whole lot of common ground, nothing to just kind of shoot the shit over or whatever or anything like that.
Mm. Do you ever bring up politics?
No, I know better than that.
Those are huge in Iowa.
Well, yeah. No, I know better than that. But this was the first year where most of the kids were old enough to have some personality and some, or at least to have like personality and have extended conversations with a 45-year-old guy, And so...
Oh, so you talked to the kids.
Yeah, so I spent most of the time talking to the kids because we got like 2 high school kids and a junior high kid.
Oh,
and, you just sit around and you talk about whatever. I don't know, we just talked about all sorts of shit. Just whatever.
Yeah, what do you talk to you about? Because I could use help on that.
Drugs.
Sex.
Crank.
Masturbating.
Childish Gambino.
Well, we had there was one girl. She was really cool until Robin and her cousin got a hold of the girl's phone and started getting into her Snapchat. Then the girl flipped the fuck out and ran upstairs and locked herself in the bedroom for a while. So
why did they do that?
Well, they were like, oh, let's go see what's in here. And then, so they're like, man, she must have had some shit on that phone. So that was fun. I don't know. I kind of had this bond with like the 8th grader. Like she and I got to talking about stuff and just about, I don't know, just
what?
Pop culture and Harry Potter and
Rick and Morty.
No, we didn't get to talk about Rick and Morty, but
you really bonded. You can't even remember what you talked about.
Talking about how her friends suck. And,
okay,
and
your friends or hers?
No, her friends suck, and like kick her and stab her with pencils and like all this
really?
stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, seriously.
Those aren't friends.
Like, no, that's yeah. And I mean, and that's the thing. Is like as I'm leaving, I'm like, look, you seriously need to find yourself some better friends. And she's like, I'm used to it. I'm like, no, that does not make it okay.
Don't get used to it.
you don't get used to that. I mean,
it's gotta be hard in Iowa. There's only like 3 other people to be friends.
Well, I know. Exactly. And like, I felt so bad. Like, as I was like going, oh my gosh, I wish she could move here and live in our house because I understood.
Oh yeah.
I understood where she was coming from. Not that I ever had friends that kicked me or stabbed me with pencils.
I did.
But, I mean, I certainly understood what it was like to be on the outside.
Is she your niece?
Yes.
No, it's just a complete stranger.
Yes. A distant.
You never know. It's Iowa.
Did you go to the Field of Dreams field?
That place is great.
No, but we were very, very close to the bridges of Madison County.
How many bridges are in the bridges of Madison County? Like one?
I am not sure, but I know.
That's not even in Iowa.
Yes, it is. I know this because we were close enough.
Fuck, I thought it was in Vermont.
Whereas we were getting ready to get on the highway, Robin was like, "Would you like to go to the bridges of Madison County before we drive home?"
No. That's what I would have said to my wife. She asked, like, do you want to? I'm like, no, not really. She would have been like, you suck.
I said, I bet they're really decorated for Christmas. And she said, they indeed are. I said, we should go. And she said, no, we should not.
I bet it would have been traffic and...
Did she offer and then said, no, we're not going?
She was lying. She was lying when she said... She was not lying about the fact that we were close, but she was lying about the fact that we should go.
Have you seen him?
I have not.
I grew up in Madison County.
But we have driven by that area many times, and she goes, we could exit here and see the bridges of Madison County. She keeps threatening this.
It sounds like she wants to go, but doesn't want to be the one to... You used to suggest it next time and just go.
Exactly. Next time say, hey, who wants to go?
Hey, shut your mouth. We're going.
So
that was mine. That was mine. That's why I Christmas clowned and bonded with a girl who gets stabbed with pencils.
Yeah.
So it's like a mean girl thing.
I get it.
I felt really bad.
So you didn't grow up with friends that did that to you? Because I did.
I did have friends that kicked me.
No, I just had friends that shunned me. So tell me about this.
Oh, no, I had friends throw rocks at me.
Why?
How old?
This was in Kansas City, too.
I'm not surprised.
But it's also, I went to a small Christian school, so I had no choice in other friends.
How old were you?
13, 14.
Why'd they throw rocks at you?
Because they didn't
It's
like
very
me.
biblical.
Because I wasn't cool enough for them. So we went on some first of the year. They go to like a camp place somewhere in Missouri. I don't remember where. And we all had to sleep in a bunk. All the guys had to sleep in this like cabin with bunk beds. And, I wasn't jockey enough for them. And I wasn't nerdy enough for the nerds. I've talked about this before, but it's just that we were just walking down a path. I was all alone and they just started throwing rocks at me as I was walking by. Just call me names.
What a bunch of dickholes.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
And now I know some of them on Facebook.
Yay! Oh yeah.
Facebook brings us all together.
And you talk to them about Trump and stuff, right?
Yeah, and I say I don't have a job, and they're like, I do. I mow lawns. One of the dudes that threw rocks now mows lawns, so I do feel kind of vindicated.
What did you do
What do you mean, what did I do?
when they threw the rocks?
I just walked. Just kept walking.
Just ignored it.
Yeah.
And got hit by rocks.
And then, in the evening, we'd all sit around a bonfire and sing songs to Jesus because, they all were such good Christians.
Mm-hmm.
Well, stoning is very biblical.
That is true. They were just...
So you're basically like Jesus.
So I was Jesus.
They
Okay.
were just fulfilling biblical prophecy.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be more like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and I was just going to go through the fire and the bonfire and survive somehow.
Did you try?
I did think about it.
Had fantasies about it.
No, we used to do sleepovers, and you'd get picked to be the girl that everyone would hate for like the night. And I often got picked, and I did get kicked.
Like subtly, or like it's a rule that someone has to be ostracized?
It was subtle. It would start very subtly.
So it wasn't like.
But then when it got there, nobody would talk to you. Like
so they had it figured out before you got there.
I don't know. But I don't think it worked that way. I think I was just an easy target because I didn't like pal up individually with someone.
Yeah.
And I never was like, ooh, she blah, blah, blah. And it was just, they just make shit up,
Yeah. My wife has always said that she mostly hates other women. She has a hard time making friends with other women because she's not.
Yeah. It's the mean girl thing. But don't get me started on how we ladies got to rise up and support each other. Or get me started.
Would you like us to get you started?
Do you want to go see the bridges of Madison County? But why are kids so mean? I'm just
because kids
really
are
hoping my daughter doesn't.
Your daughter's going to be terrible. Our kids, they're all going to be terrible.
She's not going
to a certain degree. They're going to be terrible. I mean, you can't avoid it. To a certain degree, they're going to be terrible because it's the pecking order of things. Like I can think of as whatever shitty things that I think happened to me or did happen to me. I know I foisted bullshit upon somebody lower down the ladder than me, and
but not like anything that stuck.
Who knows?
Like I seriously can't think of anything I did that anyone would still be thinking about.
Dude, I could think of things like, oh my gosh, that what if I caused that person to kill themselves because they just
yeah, that's
not that I ever did anything that terrible, but I mean, you never know. You don't know. Like, like, hey man, your hair looks like you rolled in butter. Yeah, I don't know.
Nice.
I don't know that I said that. I don't know
mean.
that I said that exact thing, but like a greasy haired kid or or whatever. And you say like, dude, why do you have blackheads on your lip, on like your actual lip?
Why do you say that?
I don't know. Why do kids say half the shit they say?
We're just stupid. I don't want to say we're stupid animals, but we are to some degree. It's the junior high is the worst, and we're all trying to figure out alpha leaders and pecking order, and it just naturally happens, especially with those hormones going. And it lasts through high school, it's just a different way. And then in college, it finally stops because I guess we all figured out that it's stupid and pointless.
Yeah.
In college?
Yeah. At least for me, college is great. I hated high school. I hated everything.
No, I fucking hated high school too. But for me, college was great because I got away from all those people.
Right. Yeah, me too. But then I met really cool people and they weren't all cliquish. And I think it might be because you're not always in the same classroom or stuck in the same building or whatever it might be. And it's one step up to adulthood that helps. There were still assholes in college.
Sure, but it's just like I told that niece and her brother, because they are both the brother he's a junior in high school and he's like a 60-year-old man, and and I was just like, look, guy, you will find your people. You don't know where your people are right now. Right. You're all alone, both of you, and I'm sorry. And I wish there was something I could do to help you, but you will find your people.
Yeah, thankfully we got through that with two of our kids. They're all, one's a junior, one's in college, so one more to go through it. It sucks as the parent having your kids go through it because they will go through it. And all you can be is like, everyone in high school is an asshole. Just try to stay away from them. Don't get involved in the emotions and the drama, which is really impossible with most, but. And try to find your good friends who aren't going to bail on you when someone tries to ostracize you, that they'll stick with you. The hardest thing to find.
Yay!
Boy, this is a fun conversation.
Yes.
Hey, do you guys want to know about my Christmas?
Yes.
Well, would it kill you to ask?
We got off on a tangent.
We were wrapping up the shit show.
Well, I'm feeling very proud because I hosted the husband's side of the family, and there were, counting children,
in
like
your
38
house.
people.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot.
Yeah.
And did they bring food, or did you have to prepare it all?
That was the thing. Nobody would offer to host, so we finally said, okay, we'll do it, but we're not cooking anything.
Okay.
So everybody
Good.
brought food, and there was tons of food, and it was really great.
Yeah, if you're the host, you shouldn't have to cook. It should be up to them.
I mean, I'd do it again next year if that's the way we do it. I just got to Pinterest the shit out of some tables, and it was the best. It really, it went well.
And that was all Christmas Eve, or did they stay through Christmas Day?
No, they just came on Christmas Day. They're in town, so yeah. So that's it. It's not really that exciting of a story, but...
Do you guys all exchange gifts, or is it sort of like a draw names kind of thing?
No, we just do the kids. Fuck that adult gift-giving shit. With people that you kind of know.
Kind of know, but don't really... Yeah, oh, yeah. You kind
do you
of
know what I
know,
mean?
but
Like,
don't
of
really
course,
know.
my husband gives... Like, I don't need... There's no reason for that.
What was your favorite gift, both of you?
I'm going to go first. I got a giant, I'm talking like full-length mirror size jewelry box. And you open it, and it has lights in it, and you put all your jewelry in there.
It's like a jewelry refrigerator.
walk-in
Put it on
jewelry
your
box?
wall. You can't, yes. I mean, you can't walk in it, but like a baby could. And
Okay.
Make that baby get your jewelry. Baby, get my jewelry today.
Oh, my gosh.
I love it. I just open it, and I look at all my jewelry. And then I close it and look at myself because it's got a mirror. So that's my
And you
favorite.
wink and you wave, and then you start making fun of yourself, and then it gets...
And I throw rocks at
Yeah,
myself.
if you throw rocks, it gets really weird. Rocks as in diamonds.
Whoa. So I open it, and it's like a Claire's store in there. It's great.
Is it like self-contained, like it stands on its own, or does it have to hang from a door or something?
It hangs over a door.
Gotcha.
It could stand on its own, but that's not really going to work for the mirror part. Just common sense, Paul.
There are standalone mirrors.
I know. Just... Anyway, my husband gave me that, and I just love it. Oh, and we got a BB-8.
Oh, did you get the Sphero BB-8?
Is it the one that go
The RC,
or does it
he's
go
so
on
cute.
your phone?
He's so cute. No, it's
Nice.
RC, and it takes voice commands, and it'll follow you, and it's real cute. And I got
It's
it
yours. Yeah.
for my son and my husband, but also me. And then my son got a talking Kylo Ren, so that's pretty great. That's my other favorite gift.
Favorite gift that wasn't for you.
That I bought it, though.
Yeah, well, you get to enjoy it from afar.
He
Mom,
says
why did I get
stuff
nothing
like,
but Kylo Ren stuff? I don't want any
You
of
don't
this.
know how bad
yes,
you
you
want it.
do. You don't really know. It's posters
Of course you do.
and a book, and it's a picture book of all Kylo Ren. It's really weird.
why is there this one with his shirt off?
It's Ben Swolo.
Yeah, so those are my favorite gifts. Jewelry box,
nice.
talking Kylo Ren, BB-8.
I got a fantastic bottle of unicorn gold pre-poop spray. That was pretty great.
Oh my God.
Wait, so you spray in the toilet before you go?
Yeah, from the. Do you remember
That's
the online commercial of the unicorn that would shit rainbow colored ice cream?
Wasn't that Squatty
Yes.
Potty?
Yeah, Squatty Potty.
Yeah.
It's a Squatty Potty product. Yes, but it's unicorn gold. Smells like bay leaf and citrus. It's quite lovely. My favorite thing is we had a family gift. We've been getting a little more into game nights. We've got some friends up here that have been inviting us to like a monthly game night. And the first game night that we went to, we played a game called Ticket to Ride.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good game. And so so the family got that, and I'm looking forward to that. The boys got a Nintendo Switch, and of course I need to figure out some games for
when you
me
say
to play.
game night, you mean like video games?
No. When I say game night, I mean like board games, card
board
games. Yeah, things
and then
like
there
that.
was a comma,
Yeah,
and you got a
comma,
Nintendo Switch.
pause.
The other kind of game.
Yes.
Okay.
We got a board game that I'm really excited about.
Ticket to Ride.
It's really fun.
About the Beatles.
It's
just a Beatles game.
It's all about the Beatles. And
so
yeah,
they were such a great band.
So only women can play it because she's got a ticket to ride, but she doesn't really want to play it because she don't care.
She don't care.
So
my baby don't care.
So that was very nice. Very nice.
Christmas clown. Christmas clown.
Oh shit. So yeah. So
they definitely compare song wise.
So I'm trying to figure out Switch games and we're ticket to ride. We're gonna make some trains. So
wait, what? What do you mean?
It's a train game.
Is that what you do? Okay,
yes, you everybody gets these little train cars and there's a map of the US and you draw these cards that you have to figure out how to connect a railroad from this city to this city. And so, it might be a straight shot for you, but there might be somebody in your way and you have to figure out how to route around them. And so
how do you win?
You make the most railroads.
It's a game that I'd love because I love SimCity. It's that kind of stupid civil engineering.
Well, I will tell you that if you think that is great, there's another game that we've been playing the past 2 times that is also equally fun, but a lot more complex and just way deep in the weeds, and it's called Power Grid.
Before we get too far into that, we need to ask Paul about his favorite gift.
I think it was I got a waffle maker. We had a really, really old one. We got a new Belgian waffle maker. So I made waffles tonight. Oh, it's we always do dinner for breakfast with waffles and bacon and eggs. So that's what we did tonight.
What about your purple hat?
That was my second favorite gift, and it was the only 2 gifts I got. So no, I'm just kidding. I was a bad boy because I was a bad boy this year because I lost my job, so I didn't get as many gifts.
Punished.
Next year you'll start banished. A new one. And...
My kids threw rocks at me. I had to wait outside.
Poor Paul.
I want you to wear that purple hat while you make waffles.
Yeah, it's very cold because it's turn off the heat again. I don't have a job, so we can't have any heat going.
That's right. Everybody wear a sweater.
I feel like your wife shouldn't have to suffer. Does she have a job?
No, I won't let her.
Right. That makes sense.
No, Jesus wouldn't want that, so we won't.
No job for you. And you're like Jesus because kids throw stones at you. All right, Jeremy, what about the Power Grid?
Well, I don't know. Forget about Power Grid. I want to say I had a Christmas breakthrough. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, you could make a movie out of this. So this is the first Christmas in, I don't know how, possibly ever. I've tried to think and I can't think. This is the first Christmas that I have completely enjoyed.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And so I can think of, like way back, even when I was, like 5, 6 or whatever, like on Christmas night, looking out of my bedroom window into the deep black night and thinking of the cold and thinking of all the missed opportunities that could have been and taking stock of the year and how it was a letdown and, not because of presents or this or that, but just thinking of, I really failed this year, as a 6-year-old.
When you were 5?
Yeah, sure. Oh, shit. Yeah, man, I'm deep. So,
yeah. Okay.
So anyways, it's always been this, time of taking stock and of course you take stock and you're always short of a few items. And so, and that's always been kind of something that has just haunted me throughout. And so, we went to Christmas Eve services and they talked about, Charlie Brown Christmas and how, he gets depressed every Christmas. I was like, wow, that's, I've watched it a million times, but you're right. That's kind of like me and things like that. And I got to thinking that, that's really weird. And so we went to, a light display last night. So there's a lake down in Lee's Summit that has like this gigantic, crazy light show every year. And we went 2 or 3 years ago and we hadn't been back, but we went last night. And so we went driving and you drive through it and we, like if you don't get there early enough, you can wait in line for 2 hours before you get to drive through this thing, and it's insane. So yeah, but so we're waiting in line. We waited probably about 20 minutes. We got there pretty good, and I had this weird irrational thought. This is weird. Why are we sitting here in this line waiting for a light show? This is what poor people do. I don't know why I thought that. It's irrational.
This is what poor people do?
Yeah, this is what poor people do. And it made me depressed. And then I was like, wait a second, that's stupid. Why brain, why are you saying that? The car in front of the car in front of you is a Tesla, so shut up. And why is this something that's going through your head? And then we got in, we, saw the lights and it was fun. It was cheesy. It was whatever. My 6-year-old had to pee and there's no place to stop. So he pissed in a McDonald's cup in the back of,
in the car?
And it pissed in a McDonald's cup in the car. And then we tossed the piss out and I, threw it toward a,
that is not what poor people do.
No, that is not. Threw it toward a Santa Claus that was, lounging under a palm tree. And it dawned on me as I was throwing this cup of piss that Christmas isn't about taking stock of my life and realizing how I've fallen short. That's what New Year's is for. And it's about pissing in a cup and being silly and, and all that stuff. And so I just kind of got to thinking about just the things that were going on throughout the last week or two. And I had a new appreciation for the holiday, and I have decided that I refuse to let myself be depressed by Christmas anymore. And so it was a new breakthrough for me. Yay.
I think
so
that's
I hope
awesome. I still don't get the poor people part, but
it was, you don't have to get it. It was a weird, irrational thought that went through my head that just made me depressed. And
I'm assuming you probably had heard it somewhere.
Well, and as I told Robin about it, she was like, that sounds like something your mom would say. And I said, yes, it does.
I just feel like, poor people do they have a car? And if they do, they're really not going to waste the gas.
I don't know. I don't know, Joy. I mean, it is irrational. And
don't get mad at me, Jeremy.
No. Don't
get all Pat Piper on.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying that I own how ridiculous that statement is. And yes, it very much.
But if you hear it from as a young kid all the way, it just gets ingrained in you. I hear stuff in my head all of the time that I know I just heard growing up that illogical and unnecessary, but it's foundational voices in your head that take a long time to conquer.
And Robin was like, I'm sure you probably heard that at some point in your life as a kid, and that last night just happened to be that one time that it just bloop, bubbled up.
But you didn't let it stop you. It made you better.
That's right. Exactly.
I think that's awesome.
It was all because of that piss. That's
it really was a cup of hot piss. I mean, it was like a pint of piss, man. That was, he.
Oh, yeah, we've been there. We've had a kid who had to pee when we were waiting in line to see lights at a park. And we're like, we have a bottle. The whole Dumb and Dumber thing happening.
Why don't they have porta potties?
Well, because you're
not supposed to get out of your car.
There's a there are porta potties right before you go into the area, but once you're in, you're in. You got to commit, and and we're like halfway through this thing, and he's like, I got to go, and I'm like, okay,
and you don't know whether you're going to move, so you don't want them to run out and go, and then everyone's honking at you.
And he's only 6.
Yep. Well, and I mean there are signs all over the place that say, "Do not get out of your car." You know, and he's like, I can wait. Well, they just don't. They got to keep it moving. Yeah,
velociraptors everywhere.
He's just like, okay, I can wait. No, wait, I can't wait. Okay. Here's what we're doing. Aim is very important. I will hold the cup. You go.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just lucky that did he fill it all the way up?
Oh no, it was like a 32 ouncer. But I mean, he filled it about a third of the way. It was a lot of pee.
What a little
guy.
You
know, and then a little bit of hand sanitizer, and you know, and we had some bottled water.
And Christmas is new.
Yeah, and now Christmas is new again. It's like new fallen snow, yellow snow,
new fallen yellow piss snow. I still get weirded out about it's like a whole nostalgia worship thing that Christmas is.
It's very messy.
Like you said, like it's a looking back. It's a never looking forward.
Why does it weird you out?
That's what I feel like everyone's like celebrating Christmas. Remember that? And when we did this and back then in the 50s when Christmas was cool, or just like it's all looking back. And I'm like, I'm not sure why we do that. It's not a bad thing per se, but I feel like it's kind of depressing, especially if you're looking back on stuff and it's not great. Like, I don't want to go back. I don't want to be reminded of stuff in the past. I kind of want to get over it.
Yep. No,
that's just my personal
that's
conflicted.
Always been my thing. It's a messy situation, and
no, I get that. But don't you feel like when you have kids, especially if you do or they believe in the Santa thing? Do you not get?
It's been a long time though.
Magic.
No.
Okay.
I know.
Right. Well, yeah, you don't.
But,
you're old as fuck. I'm
that
kidding.
feeling's not even there for our kids so much. They don't get up early anymore, and that's not even that. It's mostly like,
right?
You do traditions because that's what we've done, and we do this because it's what we've done, and we're going to go here because it's what we've done.
But do you like them? Do you like those traditions? You can make new ones.
Well, no, most people don't. Most people just do it because that's what they've always done, not because they like it. So we always, as a family, have always tried to come up with things that we actually like. So like we don't go to Christmas Eve service because none of us ever liked it. We always hated it. We'll do, we always get pajamas on Christmas Eve. All of us get our own pajamas and we go and drive around and look at houses' Christmas lights.
That's awesome.
We all enjoy that. Mm-hmm. But like other things, we've just started to cut out that like, does anybody like this? Or we all feel obligated to it. Because once we feel obligated, we should stop.
That's fair.
I just feel like my confliction isn't necessarily with us, but it's everyone else kind. Like I see a lot of people just doing things out of obligation, not out of joy. So, and that's what, that's the underpinning of Christmas is like, there's so much obligation to it in terms of how you do things and why you do things. Right. And I guess I kind of feel that way about people in religion too, is it just becomes not something you're doing because you want to.
Truth in that. But I think you have to do like you're doing, make your own traditions and not feel obligated to, cause we always went to Christmas Eve mass too. And it was Catholic and it was like, you had to get there 2 hours early and there was no saving seats. But I don't do that anymore.
I remember
either.
As a kid doing that.
Yeah,
and I hated that.
Don't do it anymore either. But you have your own things. Jeremy, what do you and your family do? Like a tradition maybe that's just yours? Is it the pee in a cup and look at lights?
It is now. It totally is now, yes.
No. It's your own Festivus, except it's traditional pee in a cup. You have guests come over. We're going to roll the dice, and one you got to piss
Everyone
in a cup.
Drink up.
And it's only this big, so if it gets too full, you got to pinch it.
We really haven't built anything that's truly ours yet. We've been trying, and just with family obligations and
that's what Paul's saying.
And so
at some point you got to just go.
Well, now
we're doing my family.
Now we are. And so, I think that, it's going to be something like that. I don't know. We haven't really built it. It's gonna be making up songs about Christmas clowns pissing in a cup and
oh my God, that sounds so good.
And drinking eggnog and falling asleep while trying to watch Isle of Dogs.
God bless us, everyone.
You have questions or topics for the show? Call 816-535-1094 and leave a voicemail. Or reach us on Twitter @Uncle Weepy. If you enjoyed this show, first rate and review the show on iTunes, Google Play, or wherever you get your podcasts. Your review helps the podcast robot suggest this show to other listeners. Second, consider supporting the show on Patreon. Patrons of the show get access to exclusive after-show material. Several levels of support are available. Visit patreon.com/Uncle Weepy for details.